Hello students, in today's class we will see the derivation for a peak time. Okay, so we know this is the second order underdamped systems time domain specification, right? This graph shows the specification, and we know that peak time is nothing but the time taken to reach the peak value. So what is the peak value? At peak what happens? The slope is 0, right? That is obvious. At any peak the slope will be 0. So what is a slope? We know that first we know the magnitude for the expression response is nothing but c of t is equal to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t divided by root of 1 minus zeta square sine of omega d t plus phi, right? So we need to find the slope of this response and equate it to 0. Okay, so d c of t by dt at t is equal to tp, it is 0. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll differentiate this once. So dc of t by dt is equal to uv method, so minus e power minus zeta omega n tp by root of 1 minus zeta square into sine expression is cos of omega d tp plus phi into omega d, right? So we'll write here omega d. Then what we have to do? Minus sine of omega d tp plus phi then e power, I'll write it here, okay, e power minus zeta omega n tp by root of 1 minus zeta square into minus zeta omega n. Okay, I have differentiated it with respect to t once and also replaced the t by tp. So I'll rewrite this. So what will be there? See this e power minus zeta omega n tp by root of 1 minus zeta square is common, so I'll take it outside. Okay, so what happens? E power minus zeta omega n tp by root of 1 minus zeta square into here it is a negative and negative, it is positive plus, right? So we'll write that zeta omega n sine of omega d tp plus phi minus omega d. What is omega d? We know omega d is nothing but omega n root of 1 minus zeta square. So omega n root of 1 minus zeta square into cos of omega d tp plus phi. Okay, so since omega n is common, we'll take omega n also outside. So omega n e power minus zeta omega n tp by root of 1 minus zeta square into zeta sine of omega d tp plus phi minus root of 1 minus zeta square cos of omega d tp plus phi, right? But we know that since zeta is equal to cos phi and root of 1 minus zeta square is equal to sin phi, okay, so we'll replace zeta and root of 1 minus zeta square by cos phi and sin phi. So what will happen? This is equal to omega n e power minus zeta omega n tp by root of 1 minus zeta square into cos phi sine of omega d tp plus phi minus sin phi cos of omega d Tp plus phi. Okay, so this is of the form sin of A minus B, right? Sin of A minus B is sin A cos B minus cos A sin B, right? So this can be rewritten as, this is equal to omega n e power minus zeta omega n Tp divided by root of 1 minus zeta square into sin of omega d Tp plus phi minus phi. Sin of omega d Tp plus phi minus phi. So what will come? Plus phi minus phi gets cancelled. So this is equal to omega n e power minus zeta omega n Tp divided by root of 1 minus zeta square sin of omega d Tp. Okay, what about this? This is equal to 0, right? So every time this equation should be equated to 0, right? Because this first derivative of the time domain response with respect to time is equal to 0, right? So from this we can see there are two terms, one is exponential term and the other is the sinusoidal term. Just like what we saw in rise time, either this should be equal to 0 or that is either exponential part should be equal to 0 or sinusoidal part. We know that this cannot be equal to 0, so sinusoidal part will be equal to 0. So which means when will be sin be equal to 0? For 0, pi, 2 pi, etc., right? So we'll take the standard one, which is pi. So what happens? So we know that since exponential e power minus zeta omega n Tp cannot be 0, sin of omega d Tp should be equal to 0, which means this is equal to sin of omega d Tp is equal to sin pi. So Tp is equal to, so which means omega d Tp is equal to pi, or Tp is equal to pi by omega d. So this is the expression for peak time. Okay, so Tp is equal to pi by omega d.